Now, I've had requests on the channel to do more reviews of things like tablets, and I have done tablet reviews before, but mostly like Amazon and a couple of iPads. And I'll probably get back to some of those as well, but the Galaxy Tab series of tablets are really excellent. And I have a great, and I mean great, review for you today. Like, you're really gonna be happy with this review. And I know some of you think I'm bragging on myself, but I'm not. I didn't do the review. I'll tell you all about it right after this.
This is, you listening to Travis.
What up, players? Welcome back. And for all you new people, welcome. My name's Travis and I do tech videos every single week and have a blast doing them. If that sounds like fun to you, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Anything I talk about will be in the description below, but for now, let's just get into the video. So I do want to do more tablet type reviews and other smart home reviews like I used to do in the past, but I thought it would be a good idea to bring in an expert in this case because the Samsung Galaxy Tab 7 is a pretty darn cool piece of hardware. And I wanted to give you the best possible presentation. So I reached out to my friend Ivan Kam here on YouTube to help with the review. Check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description below and hit that subscribe button on him. He's got some great tablet stuff. So let's go ahead and get over to Ivan. Take it away.
So here's my full review of one of Samsung's latest flagship tablets. I'm talking, of course, about the Galaxy Tab S7. Let's dive into it. Hey there folks, Ivan here from Ivan Kam and welcome to my breakdown of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7. So the first thing I want to do here is just kind of fly through some high level stuff, then we could get into the details. So what we are looking at here is the latest flagship tablet from Samsung, boasting the current best Android chipset in that Snapdragon 865 Plus. It's coupled with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of expandable internal storage for the base unit, of course, and they all come bundled up with the Samsung S Pen. We are looking here at an 11-inch IPS display, which, by the way, there is a tiny controversy about whether it's IPS or TFT. But anyway, it has a resolution of 1600 by 2560, and most importantly, it has 120 Hz refresh rate. The S7 model has an 8000 milliamp hour battery, a 5 and a 13 megapixel camera on the back there, and an 8 megapixel camera on the front. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at the design here, because these things are not really cheap. So when you drop a big chunk of change to get one of these, you also want to make sure that they look the part, right? The Tab S7 does just that. It immediately pops to the eye with that polished metal finish on the back here. It's a metallic unibody device here with a cool looking shiny rim around it, and it gives it a very bold look, right? It's a solid build, it's dense, it's very well balanced. This is pretty much as premium as you're gonna get if you are in the market for an Android tablet. Besides the usual buttons you would get on any tablet, here you have the added physical fingerprint sensor embedded in that power button. It's very fast, it unlocks the tablet so quickly. In fact, in my testing, this thing was even faster than the iPad Air 4's new Touch ID button. And you can also unlock the tablet using facial recognition, which, although not as efficient as Face ID that you would find on like Apple devices, it still works pretty well, especially if, you know, the room is well lit. It definitely does a decent job at unlocking the tablet. It does have a quad speaker setup here, tuned by AKG, and I can tell you that the sound coming out of it is excellent. It's very crisp. There is, of course, the micro SD card for you to be able to expand that storage, that internal storage I mentioned, at up to 1 terabyte. One physical feature that is excluded from this thing here is the headphone jack. I really would have loved it if it had a headphone jack. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into kind of the specs, kind of like the deeper specs of things here, because that's kind of what you're paying for. And by the way, if you're liking the content so far, please do me a favor and hit both the like and the subscribe button there. I truly appreciate that. All right, now specs. As I briefly mentioned in my intro there, the Snapdragon 865 Plus, along with the other specs, turn this Tab S7 into the best Android tablet you can get today. And I know I may have mentioned that already. Performance has been just fantastic on here. It's wicked fast, super smooth on all things that I've used it and tested it on. Very snappy, no lags, no stutters, no crashes, no freezes. Performance is, I mean, this thing is just a beast. It's pretty much what you would expect for the top of the line tablet in the Android world. It's currently running Android 10 with a well integrated Samsung One UI sitting on there. Navigation is very clean, it's buttery smooth. It is indeed a productivity tablet, and I'm able to sustain kind of a high productivity level of work done on here without any problems. I would have multiple apps or multiple windows open and be able to navigate or toggle back and forth without any crashes or any freezes, no stutters, as I mentioned already. Also, staying along that line, that same line of productivity work here, this thing is Samsung DeX capable. And a quick summary for those of you not familiar with Samsung DeX, essentially in just a few words is kind of a Samsung proprietary software or feature, whatever you want to call it, that kind of turns your Samsung DeX capable device into kind of a desktop, right? So if you're able to connect that to a monitor, then you have a desktop that you can work with. So the feature itself takes your productivity to just the next level. The transition from the tablet mode to a desktop is just very seamless here. And the specs on this tablet truly make you feel like you're working with an actual computer or an actual laptop. Now, DeX has certainly come a long way and evolved over the years, but more optimization is still needed in order to turn it or to make it perfect and a little bit more intuitive. The Tab S7 is HDR10 Plus capable. It's a very nice display here, very bright at 500 nits here, fantastic viewing angles. The aspect ratio here is 16:10, and watching movies is very nice here. The colors are really bright, they really do pop. Images are very sharp, and also that high refresh rate I mentioned earlier just makes scrolling through things so smooth, and it just improves your user experience so much. Battery has been okay, or battery usage has been okay, but I can't really tell you or predict how well it's going to do with you because, you know, it's all subjective, right? It's really going to depend on your type of usage. Now, I can tell you that with my type of usage at medium brightness and doing light to moderate amounts of work, I finished the day with about 15% of the battery life left. Now, if you are a power user and you really just work with heavy or high graphic intensive type of things, that time of course is going to be different because, as I mentioned, it's subjective. Okay, so camera. Now the selfie camera here can record 1080p at 30 frames per second. It does a decent job. You know, you do get a little bit of noise if, you know, you are shooting in kind of like a low light situation, but as far as like, you know, things like virtual conferences, you know, using Zoom and things like that, it comes out pretty clear. As long as the room is well lit, you won't have any issues. But if you are, again, as I mentioned, recording or shooting in low light settings, you might get some noises around the subject. The main camera is formed of a wide angle and an ultra wide angle that can record 4K at 30 frames per second. Picture quality is definitely nice, especially for a tablet. There's a really nice level of saturation and images are very sharp. Now let's go ahead and talk S Pen. This is the most modern Samsung S Pen out there, right? So you get this thing loaded with all of the features that Samsung ever created for an S Pen, and you can really customize a good chunk of it. It is also one of the most comfortable pens to use that you will find out there. You don't really have to charge it up in order to use it. However, in order to gain access to some of the Bluetooth functions, it would need to be charged. It's been working very well, and I really like using it, especially the feedback. It has great pressure sensitivity, and the feedback that it gives you when you are drawing or writing is just something that is not matched by many pens out there. It truly boosts your productivity, truly boosts your level of work. Now, with all that being said, here's my take. This is hands down, and I'm pretty sure this is the third time I'm saying this, the best Android tablet out there. And you'll see that I've reviewed quite a few tablets on the channel if you check out the other videos, but this guy is the best tablet I've reviewed so far. Obviously because it's the best tablet on the Android platform. So if you are looking for a tablet on, you know, on the Android platform and you want something that's going to take your productivity to the next level, this is the guy here. You just pick this up, no hesitation, and you'll be good to go. I hope that this was informative, and I hope that it helps your purchasing decision, and I appreciate you watching this video. Take care out there.
Thanks, Ivan. Make sure you check out his channel in the description below. Hit the subscribe button. We may do another one. If you guys want to see us review another tablet, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. By the way, I have some other videos you might be interested in here and here. And while you're here, just hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Peace and love.